Okay, here next on the Derek Shapiro Show podcast and cable show, I have a returning guest, Michael Vaccaro. Welcome back.
Hi. Thank you for having me. I very much appreciate it.
Yes, of course. No stranger to Damian series. Of course, we'll talk about that. A serious topic
Yes,
of that, and of course,
yes.
your own series too. You had that. I'll get this wrong if I say it myself.
Okay. Oh,
Your
I
own
think you're
series.
talking about Child of the '70s. Yes.
Yes, Child of the '70s. I was just showing my daughter. She's in the other room. I was just
Uh-huh.
showing my daughter that show you had, and of course, you are a very talented guy. You're a talented actor.
Thank
But
you.
I recently saw. I'm recording this on February 6th,
Yes.
um, and you recently had a protest. Not just you, but some other major actors and actresses from the Damian series, and
Yes.
you are major players in the Damian series.
Right.
You,
Yes.
um, Colin A. Borden, right?
That is correct. Yes.
Who's like I interviewed him before I interviewed you. No,
Yeah.
after I interviewed, oh, before I think, yeah. And he's like the Tom Hanks of the Damian series. I always say, he always plays a
He
nice guy.
he is the Tom Hanks of Dhar Mann. That's great. Yes, I think that's an apt description. Yes, he's been there longer than me. I think I started working on the Dhar Mann channel in early 2020, but I'm pretty sure that he started. In fact, I know for a fact that he started way before me in 2019, or maybe even earlier than that, maybe even 2018. Yeah,
2018. Okay.
I think
And
so.
yes, because he acted with my other friend who passed away, of course, Carl L. Judy, who, of course, who passed away of COVID. He was my first ever guest from the Damian series. And then
Gotcha.
Catherine Norland, of course, I
Yes.
interviewed her. She was my second actress I interviewed. So some major players.
Yes.
Um, 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 Maybe she's going to join us. Mayor, is that the
Yeah,
name?
Mayor Mulroney. Yes,
And
she
then,
hopefully she'll be able to join us. She is also one of the OGs. She started before I did, and there's Chaz Laughlin, and he started before I did. I don't know if he's going to be able to join. He might try, but I think he said he wasn't going to be able to this evening.
sure.
But yeah, there are a whole bunch of people who have been working for the Dhar Mann channel on YouTube for at least 3, 4, 5 years, something like that, who sort of took part in this protest we had today. Yes,
Yes. So this is the first protest you had?
that is correct. Today is day one.
Day one. So, because you all are working actors in Hollywood,
Yes,
okay?
yes.
He, he of course pays the actors, but not as much as people may think, right?
Uh, Yeah, yes, I'm certain that he doesn't pay us as much as people think. People seem to think that we're just that we're Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie and getting all this money. No, unfortunately, this is one of the things. This is one of the reasons why we ended up doing today what we had to do. Is that the one who makes all the money is Dar.
Yes.
Dhar Mann is his name. He is our employer, our boss, and he's done very well. Again, he's had this YouTube channel. He started it in maybe 2018, 2019, something like that, and it has done very, very well for him. He is a very rich man. He's a tremendously rich man.
I
I
saw that.
believe. Yeah.
I know I saw that from Interrupt because him and Laura, his wife,
Yes.
they have another channel, and I just saw that they went to Dubai on the channel last month, and they live in a mansion. So if he could go to Dubai with Laura, he could pay the actors very good.
That is correct. He could if he wanted to, but apparently he does not want to. He Yeah, he has this big mansion out in Calabasas, California, which I believe he bought from one of the Kardashians.
Really?
Uh-huh. Yeah, Khloe Kardashian. I think he bought her house out in Calabasas. So yeah, he has a lot of money.
Have you been to his house?
I have not.
No.
No, some of the I believe they have shot one or two things there.
Yes, I
Um,
have. Yes, I have.
I believe Mayor, in fact, has shot at his house out in Calabasas. And when we first started, working with Dhar. We were shooting out of his apartment in downtown Los Angeles. Before
Yes.
he had the studio, before really anything, he had a very small crew. It was just 2 or 3 people working on his crew. It was really, at that time, I think there was just one person directing the videos, and it was we worked out of his downtown LA apartment. But now he's got this huge house, he's got cars, he's got planes, apparently. I don't know. Lots going on. And here's Mayor to tell us, because Mayor has been to his house, his big mansion in Calabasas. So tell us all about the lemons at Dhar's house, Mayor.
First of all, welcome.
Yes, welcome, Mayor.
Hi.
Well, Mulroney, right?
Yes. Hi.
Hi, welcome to the Derek Shapiro podcast. This is my second time interviewing Michael and first time interviewing you, Mayor.
Oh, hi.
Welcome.
Well, thanks for having me on. Thanks for sending me the link, Mike. I just decided to jump on and say what's up.
Of course.
Yeah.
So you have a big protest that happened today, which we're recording this on February 6th because I'm going to be uploading this momentarily. So you had this big protest campaigning against his unfair wages and some bullying that might be going on there too.
So, well, okay. So the issue is, it's a long story. There's been a lot of things that have been an issue for a long time. And what has happened that we have continued to see over the years is a lot of actors, no matter how long they've been there, no matter how many thumbnails they've been in, no matter how many videos they've been in, no matter how much money they have earned the company, when they try to speak out about things that they feel are unfair, that they think that they could become better, they are just never hired again. So let go, basically.
Really?
And we're independent contractors, so we're not technically fired. It's just you never hear from them again. So we all kind of got to this point where we're like, listen, we've been taken advantage of long enough. This is a company that continues to grow and exponentially and make a lot of money, and while we might have been okay, 4 years ago when a lot of us started, or even longer than that, with what we were getting paid then, compared to where the company is at now, we have not been able to grow in that regard. And so, yeah, that's, one issue that we would like to talk about. But all we wanted to do was talk about it. Like, we just want a meeting with our boss, who is Dhar. And because we're not employees, we don't go to an HR department. We don't talk to the studio manager. No, we need to talk to Dhar. Why can't we get a meeting with him? And he refuses to take a meeting with him. So he doesn't even know what our issues are, actually. Like, he has no idea.
Really?
He just refuses to take the meeting with us. He's like, no, you're not important. So
yeah, we hadn't even really gotten to all of this yet, Mayor. But yes,
sorry.
No. But this is good because this is what the deal is. After like 3 or 4 years, some of us working there and consistently having issues that we wanted to talk about, that we wanted to bring up, there's an atmosphere of fear there.
Really?
And so because we saw if you do bring something up, all of a sudden you disappear. It's like in The Godfather, and he's Don Corleone. All of a sudden you disappear and you never come back again. And
right.
so then of course people are afraid to speak up because I think, oh well, I want to keep my job and all this other stuff. But recently things had gotten to the point where we really felt like we needed to just voice our concerns. That's all we wanted. All we wanted was a meeting. So we wrote a letter. A group of us got together and wrote a letter, and he got it. And I believe we went 3 times. A meeting was scheduled, and then it was postponed. Scheduled again, postponed, scheduled, postponed. Finally, there was a meeting. It was the 4th time. Two of our actors who we decided would be our representatives showed up at this meeting, and Dhar did not. So that's where we're at now. The reason why we did what we did today was because he just refuses to meet with us. He won't even talk with us about our concerns. And like Mayor said, he doesn't even know what our concerns are.
I'm sure he does. Like, I'm sure as a human, he knows that he's doing things wrong. Like, he knows he's screwing people over. So I'm sure he knows, like, what we probably want to talk about, which is why he doesn't want to talk to us, because he doesn't want to talk about those things. So that's where we're at.
And
Right.
Dhar Mann gets millions of views for each series or each one he has on.
Each episode,
And
yes,
each
sure.
episode he has on, and you both are like the front runners. I mean, mostly mainly you now, Mayor. You haven't been on too much, Michael, recently.
Right.
But Mayor, you and Chaz has been on so many recently ones. You know, playing the of course the shady people sometimes in the Dhar Mann series. But you act so well, and people love to hate your characters so well. You know.
Well, thank you.
Yes. So you deserve the compensation that you deserve. You know what I'm saying?
Well, to be honest with you, we're not even asking. We haven't gotten a chance to ask, right? But if we were to get the chance to ask, we wouldn't even ask for what we deserve. We wouldn't even ask for what is fair. We would ask for what is like somewhat humanly decent. You know what I mean? Like just slightly better than what we're getting now, which was like, hey, when this was kind of a rinky-dink production, we were okay with that because we're artists and we're cool with working for the art and we like it. And the way Colin always puts it is like, this was like kind of like this like weird niche punk rock thing, and we felt like we were a family and like we were okay to watch it grow. Now once something does grow, and when you are such a huge part of that brand, like none of us can go anywhere without being recognized or being tied to that brand. We're tied to that. So like if something happens and like Dhar Mann is done starting tomorrow, you know, if he just decides to start a new company, that's cool with him. He's made millions, but we're tied to him and we have nothing to fall back on. And if we are let go for speaking out about something, or for whatever reason we decide to part ways, we have nothing like really to show for that, you know, except for like, I got some followers, you know, but that's only if you know how to play the social media game. And if you didn't play that game well for that slight little moment of time that you had that opportunity, like, sorry. And, you know, we're actors, you know, when you become a part of something that makes money, you deserve to make money and you deserve to be treated like you're a part of something, and that's not how we're being treated, and that's the real issue. So like aside from the money thing, which was like, yeah, that was something we would want to talk to him about, it was just like, hey, can we even get a meeting with you? Like, I don't even have your phone number. Like, I don't even have your email address, man. I've been working for you for 4.5 years. I've made you how many millions of dollars? Like, I don't even have your email address, dude.
You all seem like friends. Like when he does those specials, like the Christmas specials, you all seem like you're friends, and like you're friends with Dhar Mann, and it's not really the case. So like after this, can you see yourselves working for him again and being in more videos after this?
No. You're always going to be friendly with somebody when they're being friendly to you. So when we're on those sets and we're doing things like that, it's a friendly atmosphere. And obviously, like, we're helping him, like we're creating content with him that is going to get him money, right? So he's going to be nice to us. The question is, when there's a slight bit of a conflict or like a little bit of an issue, how does somebody treat you? You know, I know if one of my friends calls me up and is like, hey, Mayor, you said something that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, or hey, there's something I kind of want to talk to you about. Is that cool? Like, I welcome the conversation because we are actually friends and I care about you and I want you to be heard. So him not even allowing the conversation when we're saying we have an issue, that shows me that we're not really friends. You know what I mean?
And this is
okay. No,
this is part of it for me, because for like Mare said, you know, when we all first started, it was sort of this little rinky-dink thing, and I really enjoyed all the people that I was working with, and I had a good time, and for what we were doing, the money was decent, it was fairly easy, and it was fun and all that stuff. But then as it became what it is today, I started to understand that I was being taken advantage of. And then what that meant to me was that, because I thought, Dhar and I didn't have a whole lot of interpersonal, I hardly ever saw the guy. But when I did, yes, he was always friendly, and we had a couple of premieres, and it was all fun, and he was nice, and we gave each other hugs and all that stuff. So I didn't think we were friends, like going out to dinner kinds of friends, but I thought we were, certainly friendly with each other. But as the work atmosphere sort of changed, and I began to understand that I was being taken advantage of, then I realized, oh, he's actually not my friend at all. Because a friend would not do this to me. A friend would not treat me this way. A friend would be fair with me. A friend would be honest with me.
So more like he's doing these inspirational videos and trying to change the world or change whatever perception he puts out, but he's not doing his fair shake behind the scenes.
Right.
Yes.
It's not like a good look. You know what I mean?
It is not a good look. No, because he represents himself. Like I remember there was a few bullying, a lot of bullying things, and someone else was bullying somebody, and he fires somebody, and Dhar Mann was in that playing himself, and it's like, what basically goes like if you could tell one story that goes behind the scenes that you're trying to fight for too, that we don't know about.
Right. So it's funny because all right. So some of the videos have been like really like cringy, right? And that's okay. Like there's people who like that. Like somehow there's something that you want to watch more of it for some reason, and that's fine. Like we're okay with it. But like to promote, like it takes a certain type of person to really like promote and buy into like, this is my content and it's really amazing type of thing, as opposed to being like, yeah, it's kind of cringy, but like they're these little, he fully buys in to this story that he's telling and like, we're really changing lives. I'm like, are you though?
Exactly.
I think I think he has fully bought into his own,
persona,
for lack of a better word, BS. And it's unfortunate because all of us really wanted to believe for a long time that was not the case. And we have just been shown time and time again that is the case, unfortunately. And it's not just a couple of us actors. Like we're just the ones that you see in the forefront because we're like, we're just the ones who aren't afraid to come out right now and be very vocal about it. There are a lot of actors who feel this way, and it's not just actors, it's people who work in the front office, it's people, it's the crew members who are in such a toxic work environment they have no idea when they're going to get fired or not.
Toxic,
for no reason.
toxic.
Yeah,
so what ways is it toxic? Because this is almost like the Ellen DeGeneres show before she quit, and Ellen was taking full responsibility afterwards, but at least Ellen took full responsibility. Dhar Mann's not.
Right. Well, here's the difference, though. Ellen DeGeneres still has a boss. Ellen DeGeneres works for a network. Mm-hmm. What Dhar has created is his own little empire, which is why he runs it that way. Like his HR department, it's not an outside source that comes in and oversees and is for the employees. This is someone who works directly for Dhar. Wow. So, and is basically just a henchwoman for him. Kind of thing it's just somebody. So when somebody gets fired or a whole entire team gets fired,
team.
Wow.
Recently a whole bunch of people in the last couple of months, I don't know how many, a whole bunch of people got fired from Dhar Mann. Just one day they got asked to come into the office and said, and you're fired. No reason, just you're fired. That's happened to a lot of people.
That was if they're lucky. There were a couple crews where you just get taken out of the group chat.
Right. Schedule, yes.
Yeah. And then you don't get your schedule, as opposed to being like, wait, and you're like, wait, what's going on? And these are people who have worked there for a long time. And yeah.
Wow. So do you think change will happen in the near future, or because of the snowball effect, do you think Dhar Mann will be shut down in the future?
I think he'll be shut. Either he'll be shut down or he'll really lose the respect of his fan base. I think we have tried pretty hard to make it very clear that we wanted to do this the nice way, and we did not want to like start a war, so to speak. And we still don't want that. It would be great if we could have a meeting, but that's not going to happen. If anything, he would have a meeting with us, hear us out, and then laugh us out the door. At that, like he's already shown that that's the type of person that he is. Unfortunately, so I think for us, we're just like, look, you don't get to go around claiming that you're and promoting yourself as this moral guru, and we don't want to be tied to that brand anymore. If that is how you're going to be promoting yourself, and this is how you're going to be treating people. So if that's the game you want to play, homie, cool, game on.
And yeah, and to answer your question from over here, I remember when I first started working as an actor in my teens and in my 20s and all that stuff. And this was back in the days in New York City. And of course I worked as a waiter, I as all actors do. And one of the things I learned from working in restaurants is that if restaurant owners treated their employees horribly, inevitably, that restaurant ended up closing.
Yes.
It really, it's like, what do they say? The fish rots from the head. And it's really true. As we have seen, he has consistently treated all of his employees poorly, like worse than poorly. And so my take on it is that eventually the whole thing is just going to implode because it's not sustainable.
I have one good idea, Michael. You should play Dhar Mann, and you and Mayor, you should play maybe his wife or something like that, and do a skit about the situation.
All right, I'm gonna start writing it right now.
because you were so creative with your 70s show,
Thank you.
And Mayor, you're so creative with your acting. And so I know you could do better and bigger and better because, like people always say, when one door closes, another door will open. And
right.
and it's been a privilege to have you both on my show. If you could say one last thing, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Michael. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say one last thing. So I appreciate you saying that, and so what I am encouraging everybody to do now, unfortunately, what I'm encouraging everybody to do is just unfollow him on YouTube, unfollow him on TikTok, unfollow on Instagram, and follow us because we're going to keep doing stuff. We're all going to keep working together and creating and writing and producing and acting and putting stuff out there for you. And I think I can't imagine at this point supporting him anymore. I just can't.
Exactly. And what's your last message you want to say, Mia?
No, I want to say thank you to everybody who has become a fan, like everybody that we've been introduced to because of the series and because of being able to work on this. It's just, hey, onward and upward, time for bigger and better things. And I agree with Michael, and I kind of wish them the best of luck, but maybe treat people a little bit better in the future. Or don't, and just keep hustling, whatever,
yes.
homie.
Exactly, because again, if you could buy a house from the Kardashians, like you said, Michael, and Mia, you've been to the house before, you could certainly pay the people. Because I just saw a video with him and his wife just today, just checking him out to see if he was going to make any comments, and seeing they went to Dubai last month. Well, if they could go to Dubai,
it's here's the thing, I don't mind if you have. Because he could have other business ventures that have nothing to do with us, and that's fine. And I'm not judging you based on your house. Get that mansion, go do it. I mean, I wouldn't buy it for twice as much what Khloe Kardashian paid Justin Bieber for it, because I just think that that's kind of a bad business move, and you're just trying to flaunt at that point, and it's a waste of money. But I'm just saying, I don't that's great. Live your lifestyle, and that's wonderful. But when you know that you are using people and you're not taking care of them properly and not even respecting them properly, the audacity to flaunt it the way that you do. Honestly, the reason this was considered an acceptable explanation when Colin and Chaz showed up to their meeting with Dhar, in which he wasn't there, and they were informed, oh, well, we have someone from HR and we have the studio manager here, so you can talk to them. He had a ski trip in Aspen, so that's what he's doing.
Wow.
That's a huge slap in the face.
Yes.
That is a massive, massive, like, where is your head at where you think it's acceptable to use that as an excuse? And it's so belittling, and it's so like, you're here, I'm here, don't get it twisted, you can't talk to me.
And it wasn't accidental. It was
not accidental.
It was purposely meant to be insulting.
Yeah.
Wow. So now we know the truth. The truth comes out, and what's his message? If something goes on in the dark,
what's in the dark comes to light.
Comes to light. Yes, that's the message Hughes puts out.
Oh, the audacity.
And in fact, it does. And here it is. Here it is, folks.
Well, thank you very much, Michael Vacarro. And
anytime.
Mulroney. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, no problem. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right.